New Explorations in the Lost World of Genesis, Advances in the Origins Debate. Written by John H. Walton, with contributions by J. Harvey Walton. Read by Jamie Renell. Acknowledgements. I am very grateful for the careful reading of the manuscript and the many helpful suggestions by my wife Kim and my son, J. Harvey Walton. I acknowledge also his kind permission to publish some of his core ideas before he has had the chance to do so. 1. Introduction. How we got here. The Lost World of Genesis 1 appeared in 2009. Many of the ideas there had already been introduced earlier in my commentary on Genesis. 2 years later, a full academic monograph, Genesis 1 as Ancient Cosmology, was published to fill in the details for a scholarly audience. 2 other Lost World books pertaining to Genesis then followed. The Lost World of Adam and Eve, 2014, and The Lost World of the Flood, 2018. For the story of how the ideas took shape, however, we have to begin a couple of decades earlier. I was raised in a family where the Bible mattered. My 4 siblings and I learned biblical content early and well. Our context was non-denominational, traditional, and evangelical, and therefore passively young earth creationists, though others in that same context would have been more militant on that count. No other options besides a young earth were considered, but it wasn't a big issue. That continued to be my default position even through much of my time teaching at Moody Bible Institute, 1981 to 2001. Nevertheless, alternative ideas were subtly taking shape in my mind. As early as my master's work, Wheaton College, 1975, I had taken an interest in Genesis as I began to learn Hebrew and study the Old Testament academically. When I got into my doctoral program, Hebrew Union College, 1976 to 1981, I began to understand the untapped significance provided by interacting with the cultures and literature of the ancient world. I studied Akkadian, Ugaritic, and Aramaic, and translated texts as well as studying the history and culture. As I did so, the cognitive environment of the ancient world unfolded. I was particularly interested in comparative studies that brought an understanding of the ancient world alongside the Old Testament to unpack cultural ideas inherent in the text. This led to my decision to do.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?